The headlines: House of Representatives calls for cancellation of unpaid COVID-19 loans. CAC sets new standard for online business name modifications. And building collapse kills 22 in Morocco. Hello and welcome to S24 News. I am Zainab Ibrahim with details of our major stories. The House of Representatives has called for the cancellation of all unpaid COVID-19 survival loans given to vulnerable households and small businesses. Lawmakers also asked for the restructuring of the SME component of the loan program. Honorable Musa Seidu Abdullahi from Niger State moved the motion, explaining that the federal government released 419.242 billion naira during the pandemic to support affected households and small businesses. In an effort to combat conflict-related sexual violence, an organization in collaboration with global partners is developing digital and AI-powered tools designed to strengthen the ability of governments, civil society groups, and frontline advocates to better understand, prevent, and respond to sexual violence in conflict zone. Our correspondent Zainab Ibrahim is with details of the report. It aims to create digital tools that help strengthen the capacities of government, civil society, and advocacy groups to understand, prevent, and respond to sexual violence in conflict contexts, particularly by making international law and state obligations more accessible.
We decided to work in collaboration with the Mukwege Foundation to develop an AI assistant that is embedded on the website of this guidebook and that is meant to help users navigate the guidebook. So the users can, while visiting the website, they can use the chatbot to ask queries and ask questions that they have about particular obligations regarding conflict-related sexual violence, and the chatbot will generate a response that will be detailed and comprehensive, pulling information from the guidebook itself to have kind of a summary and give an overview to the user about the particular information that they look for in the guidebook, so that the users don't have to look for the information themselves in the guidebook. This tool is meant to be used by survivor groups or legal advocates or any kind of organization or actor that supports CRSV survivors, so that they can better understand themselves what the rights of CRSV survivors are and what are the obligations of states and governments when it comes to preventing conflict-related sexual violence and protecting CRSV survivors.
For what we're doing today at this workshop is the AI tool, the AI application, and by that, just like during the workshop, it talks about legal documents and legal documentation, and it has to do with international law. People need to understand that conflict-related sexual violence is an offense. It is also under the international law, so it's a very, very big offense. So BSF coming up with the AI tool and its idea queue is an offline server that is accessible to everyone who is close to the IDC queue, so that you can access no matter the interior. And basically the IDC is designed for hard-to-reach areas.
Participants are showed the features of how it is being used on the ground.
I've been able to see firsthand how artificial intelligence can help with social constructs, how artificial intelligence can play a very vital role in solving social challenges. Many people have interactions with artificial intelligence, mainly maybe for research, maybe for work and all of that. But now we can see the practical application of AI and how it can impact us. In terms of the innovation, it's actually very fantastic.
Due to this knowledge I acquired here, I'm going to use it to help, enlighten most students and people that doesn't know about this. It's something that you can use. Let me say the chatbot is something that you can use in a place where there is no internet. It have time limits that you can use it for 6 hours. So if you charge it for 2 hours, you can use it for 6 hours without charging it.
For me, coming to this kind of great event, it actually serves as an eye-opener for me, and I have learned a lot. I know what gender-based violence is all about, how we can at least come up and cushion the effect of gender-based violence in our society, domestically, internationally, and locally.
The initiative demonstrates how digital innovation can meaningfully strengthen the global response to conflict-related sexual violence by equipping frontline actors with accessible AI tools. Zainab Ibrahim, reporting for S24. Nigeria has approved the upgrade of remote-controlled very high-frequency radio systems at key airports, including Lagos and Abuja, to improve communication reliability and air safety. The approval was announced by the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, following the FEC meeting chaired by President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday. Keyamo explained that the upgrade is part of a broader initiative to modernize Nigeria's aviation infrastructure and ensure safer, more efficient air travel. In a recent discussion on the state of Nigerian politics, a prominent voice called for a return to value-driven leadership, but with a modern twist, while emphasizing the need for a break from the mercantile transaction-based politics of today. Dr. Nuruddin Mohammed asked in Nigeria a more balanced approach, focusing on key issues that impact the everyday Nigeria. Here's the report.
I still believe we need the value-driven politics. Not of the quality we used to have then, but even a abridged version. What we have now is too mercantile, I would say. It's transactional. So there's too much transaction. So we're not saying go back to the old days, but let us negotiate some irreducible minimums. Like, for example, let us educate all our children. Yeah, let us make sure nobody dies because of they cannot afford medicine. Not the big machines, drugs. Yeah, so let's agree that any drug, no matter how expensive it is, if there's a drug you'll give to a human being and they will not die, let us accept that as irreducible minimum. Let us accept that people cannot be killed or herded like cattle. You know, the way you rustle cattle, you rustle human beings now in northern Nigeria. Yeah, so at least let us have this barest minimum, and then we can do the transactions everywhere else, right? Yeah. So that's the pragmatism and scholarly talking about. Yeah, let us have this. Let us be reasonable.
The Nigerian Immigration Service has warned Nigerians about a fraudulent Facebook post claiming that the agency is currently recruiting. The NIS issued a statement on its official X account clarifying that there is no ongoing recruitment process. The agency explained that the only legitimate recruitment exercise was recently conducted by the Civil Defense, Corrections, Fire and Immigration Board, with results still pending. A housing expert says Abuja's affordability crisis would persist unless the city confronts long-standing distortion in land valuation and tackle the role of corruption in real estate investments. Engineer Hashim, in an interview with S24, revealed that the lingering belief that Abuja has no oil and that land served as its substitute continues to inflate costs and encourage speculative development, leaving many luxury properties unused. Here's the interview with S24.
Interestingly, some argue that Abuja's rents are even outpacing Lagos. Do you think Abuja can borrow affordability models from Lagos or learn from Port Harcourt, still relatively moderate pricing?
Abuja can also adopt affordability innovative initiative, you know, and if they can do that, they can get it. The issue is that some of them are having this statement that Abuja has no oil. What is the replacement of oil? Is land. So if this notion is still lingering in the brain of people, then the affordability model is going to be normal. You understand what I mean? And the investment concept of other people, where you see a lot of development around the corridor, but not put into use. You understand? But maybe because of so many myriads of factors, maybe corruption, investment, and other people and other concepts like that, people will build a lot of mansions, but nobody is still there. They put it for investment. Some they put it to hide a lot of money. You understand? To keep some money for their own reason, you know. And others they use it for hideouts, you know, and so many reasons actually. So if corruption were going to be eliminated in the process, the genuine intention to tackle any problem is still there. I think we'll arrive at any problem.
The Police Service Commission, in collaboration with the Nigerian Police Force, has begun the process of recruiting 50,000 eligible Nigerians following the directive of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The announcement was made in a statement by Tortun Joko Kampawa of the Nigerian Police Force. The PSC revealed that for general duty positions, applicants must have GCE ordinary level, SSCE, NECO, or equivalent certificate with at least 5 credits, including English and mathematics. Obtained is not more than 2 sittings, while specialties cadre require a minimum of 4 credits, including English and mathematics, as well as at least 3 years of experience and relevant trade test. The leadership crisis that rocked the National Youth Council of Nigeria took a troubling turn, raised fresh concerns about unity and accountability within the country's largest youth body. Tonight, we take a look closer at how personal interests, power struggles, and structural weaknesses are threatening the credibility of an institution meant to groom the nation's future leaders.
NYCN used to be a united front for Nigerian youth, where policies that affect the youth directly or indirectly are being championed by the council, where the council serves as a bridge between the Nigerian youth and the government, where several various youth organizations have been affiliated to work hand in hand with the NYCN. Unfortunately, I may say due to personal interests and human desires, a lot of problems erupted, wherein we have factional leaders, each one claiming to be the president of the NYCN. This problem does not stop at the national level, but goes down to state levels, where state chapters of the NYCN also have factions. You have this particular chairman, another chairman, another chairman. Unfortunately, an event happened in one of the countries where a youth program is going on, and Nigeria's president of the council was called upon, and 3 people emerged.
Stood up. Exactly.
Yes, and that was an international embarrassment. Youth are supposed to be united and focused, but our testing ground is this particular council. If we cannot manage a youth council, how could we be trusted with the nation? So there are a lot of this leadership crisis and constitutional aberrations, where the constitution is being manipulated. Each president or each acclaimed president changes the constitution as his own whims and caprices to suit his own interests and to suit his desires. So this has become a very serious problem that threatened the very existence of the council itself. And if you look at sections 8, sub 1, C and D of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, you see that the Registrar General is given the powers to serve as a supervisor for all registered institutions. And where there is this kind of problems, he is empowered to withdraw the certificate and set aside the trustees and put in an interim management committee. So we are brought on board with a mandate that first and foremost, we should manage the affairs of the NYCN for a period of 1 year. Secondly, we should look at the constitution of the NYCN and see where there are lapses and loopholes, make amendments, and then conduct free, fair, and all-inclusive elections.
Now we go on a short break, and when we return, News Live continues. Welcome back. The Corporate Affairs Commission has introduced new compulsory requirements for all business name online update requests, effective immediately. According to a statement posted on its X account, applicants must now provide additional personal and contact details to strengthen verification process and enhance record accuracy for registered businesses. CAC stated that under the new guidelines, every business name online update submission must include date of birth, registered office email, proprietor's email address, phone number for the registered office or proprietor, where different and valid means of identification. Now, tonight we'll bring you the journey of a man who walked away from the comfort of corporate Nigeria and the corridors of government to pursue a childhood dream. In a special report, he shares how passion, purpose, and the courage to take a chance to transform his life. Stay tuned.
My name is Abdul Jalil Batagara. My interest in furniture making began when I was 10 years old, particular time when an uncle of mine made some chairs for my mom. And I was so in love with what he did. So since then, I've been fascinated about furniture making. After graduating for university, I went to work at an investment bank for 7 years. After the investment bank, I went to work for the Nigerian government in a government parastatal, where I spent another 7 years working. While working for somebody, I was never fulfilled as an individual. I always felt something was lacking because my heart was in furniture making. And it got to a point where I said, you know, what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is for me to lose my salary. So I just took the risk, started making furniture. It was small, but it wasn't about the money. It was about the passion and the fulfillment. Then it's easy for you to be excellent at what you do because you have that knack to always be better and better and better and better. The money you get working for somebody with the money you get when you work for yourself. The money is not consistent like a salary is, but when you have a good period or month, you could make what you earn in a year. You can start with as little as a hand tool, a drill, and a saw. There are so many factories where you can go and process your material. So you don't need to buy equipment to be able to make furniture. But what you do need is passion. You know, it's the passion to do it every day, do it every day, do it every day, because you don't reap the rewards in the beginning.
Now on the foreign scene, a Nyama military airstrike killed more than 30 people at a hospital, and aid workers said Thursday as the junta wages a withering offensive ahead of elections beginning this month. The junta has increased airstrike year on year since the start of Nyama civil war conflict, Monta says, after snatching power in 2021, push ending a decade-long democratic experiment. The military has set polls starting December 28, touting the vote as an off-ramp to fighting, but rebels have pledged to block it from territory they control, which the junta is battling to claw back. The collapse of two buildings killed 22 people in the northern Moroccan city of Fez, authorities said Wednesday, in the deadliest accident of its kind in the kingdom in recent years. 16 others were wounded as searches for other people who may be buried under the rubble were ongoing, the country's official news agency MAP reported. The first prosecutor's office said in a statement there had been a family celebration in one of the buildings at the time of the collapse, while the other was unoccupied. Added that an investigation had been opened to determine the real causes of the incident. Now, sport. Rwanda is the only country giving Nigeria a run for the money at the 2025 West Africa Trophy Cricket Tournament, as the East Africa currently top the standings and the order of individual performances in Abuja. After inflicting the first defeat of the tournament on Nigeria on Tuesday,